Woohoo!
Hi.
Hello, everybody. Woohoo! Yeah, Rosie can do the intro.
Yeah, hi everybody. Welcome to the Clarice Might League this game versus JBD. Just built different and Euphemism. I'm joined. My name is Rosie. I'm joined here by Mr. Nacho and with Elderwise on the production today. What do you think of these picks and bans so far?
So far, I think the JBD bans is kind of standard for what they've been doing all season. We've just been banning basically 3 junglers every set.
Yeah,
Um, I like the bans coming out from Euphemism, the Yuhong especially, Lancelot as well. I do think that them banning the Khepri is kind of odd, considering he did just get pretty heavy nerfs. And leaving the Baba Yaga open for Nathan, of course, they're just gonna snap that instantly.
I think the Capri the Capri nerf isn't too much of a big deal. It does sort of hurt him in like those sort of team fights. But I still think he's got quite good like peel with his other two abilities, his like his grab and his root. So I don't think it's too bad of a ban. Maybe it's just not something you want to look at every single time.
Right.
And we do see the Cupid and the King Arthur response from Euphemism on the Chaos side.
I personally am not a fan of picking Cupid up this early in a draft. I, he is
Yeah,
really,
maybe.
really strong, but I don't think he's top 2.
I imagine it was only picked up this early was because they wanted this King Arthur and just
Mm,
trying to take away a sort of counter pick for the King Arthur.
That's fair. Also, Cabane has played Cupid and does do really well on the Cupid.
Yeah, so maybe it is just a target pick to sort of take away some options, but I do love this Xing Chen and Daji from JBD here. This
Those two
is,
picks is
yeah, these top
really good.
three for JBD is really scary. I'm just wondering what Euphemism will do in response to this.
Um, I'd like to see the Raven come out for jungle.
Yes, they'll probably try and pick some picks that are like safe and stuff. That's not
No,
quite.
that's okay. That's
It
a
gets,
little
it
bit
gets a
more.
little bit better. Yeah.
That's a
It,
little more with what makes sense.
I would have been a bit mortified if it was Yorm.
Hmm
He's okay, but I'd say against a Daji, you're not really gonna be able to peel anything. Not that you're really peeling much as a Jormungandr anyway. The guy would definitely do a lot more. We see a Chiron ban out from Euphemism starting the second phase bans.
I'm kind of surprised by the Chiron ban, honestly.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe Euphemism is trying to look for like to really rely on this Cupid for team fights, so maybe they think Chiron would just be a good counter for that. But I think as it stands right now, JBD is going to be running in these team fights no matter what.
right. I think you've left Artemis open, which is
Mm.
another good god into the Cupid. There's still a lot
Denz,
of
Denza
good,
too, yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of good matchups. I do think the Chiron ban is good if you're looking to exclusively play around your Cupid, but you are kind of putting all of your eggs into one basket, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
if that
I do
doesn't
like
go as
this
well,
Raven pen.
yeah, the Raven ban comes up huge. Discordia pick makes it seem like they are trying to just play around the Cupid.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not too happy about the Discordia pick here. It doesn't do too well into Daji. Like I know you can jump her like dash to stop her from coming to you, but if that's what you're doing it for, you're not really gonna be, in a
mm,
safe spot all the time.
right,
I
especially not with Pier running at you the whole game as well.
mm-hmm.
Going to be
And
very
like,
difficult.
and I still think a Baba just sort of sits on the Discordia anyway. So I don't think this Discordia is gonna be living all too much.
No, it's gonna be a rough early game, that's for sure. And the Gilgamesh tech is being hovered.
I do like the Gilgamesh. Tyr has that aggressive play style that it's always just fun just to watch him play these aggressive picks.
Hmm. Surprised to see the Jingwei over something like a Soul, but
Yeah,
oh
I
well.
don't know too much about the JBD ADC, so I don't know whether or not that's something he's comfortable on. But I do think the Jingwei is just sort of like picking for safety because they may
Hmm.
just be too scared of this Cupid.
Right. Just
But
picking to farm, and just
mhm.
that's kind of shut down the idea of them playing around this Cupid, right? Like, can't really do anything into a Jingwei. She's just going to get out for free every time. Um, I don't see the merit in the Awilix pick, honestly.
It might be just because you've got quite a few jumps over on the side of JBD, and maybe they're trying to shift. Well, since they've already got this Cupid, I think their shift of focus was always in the dueling after all. So this might just be them saying, yeah, we want to shut this Jingwei down, and we'll try and deal with the rest of your team if we get a lead elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Going to be a little tough, honestly. There's a lot of really good team fight from JBD,
Hmm.
and there's good counter engage from Euphemism here. Going to be honestly from just draft alone. Who do you give it to?
Personally, I give it to JBD. I feel like they've got a much more rounded out composition here. It's not all just, um, hey, we're just gonna team fight you. I think the 3v3 in the mid is pretty strong. You've got a really safe ADC, which isn't gonna do too badly even if they do get behind. And this solo laner is gonna be a nuisance if Tyr can play it really well, which I have no doubt he won't.
Mm.
Okay. As we get into game, Nacho, do you think a lot of the side on Euphemism they'll pick up quite a few beats here? Maybe all five
I
of them
think
get beats?
it should be at minimum the 3 beats.
Mm-hmm.
Awilix actually going into Blink first relic.
Yeah, seeing the King Arthur and the Awenix go into these relics that aren't bees, we also have Geb going into a shell. I suppose they're not too scared of getting pulled in. Yeah.
I I don't agree with going to Blink first. I don't think you need it that much on the Awilix. You're just flying
Yeah,
around hitting 5 and hitting a pull off of
it
your Geb
does.
knockup or
It
a
does
Baba
make them
jump.
a lot more like unsafe too. Maybe the strategy is gonna look for that more, considering a Wheelix as a potential pick to just to shut down.
Hmm.
So I am.
Surprisingly, we have JBD has 4 sets of beats. Not, it's going to be very difficult to get an Awilix pull off this game.
Mm-hmm. And just shutting down that sort of single pick sort of composition. Um, I'm I'm hoping Euphemism can sort of like stick in this, but judging by how like we're seeing the start of this game go, well, not go, but you know what I mean. But it might just be difficult from the very get-go.
Right? I I do find just trouble finding the merit in this Awilix pick. I,
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just trying to play off the Geb and the King Arthur as like their only setup. Maybe they're very heavy-sided onto the solo lane. I don't really want to see them play around mid all too often, but they can punish that Baba if she uses her free.
Right.
But the Baba should really just follow it up with an ult afterwards, in any case. We do see
Mm-hmm.
totem pressure here.
Right.
And that's some bit extra gold and something. We do see over in the duo side that JPD is all the way pushed up here. They do have the pressure.
Mm,
Geb not really being known as someone who
mm,
gets pressure all too often, so...
right. Gibbs just doing Gib things over there. Just going to be safe for both teams, realistically.
Yeah, I do imagine he's leveled his 2 in his 1 so far. Some mid-skirmish fighting here. We did see, this Babo's stepping up. They do look like they want to fight the Aurelix
Yeah,
here. She
they
has
got the
just
level
used her
3
switch.
advantage.
Yeah, and
Yep, that's first blood for Nathan.
yeah, she leveled her free instead of her Suku, which is quite confusing. I guess she just wanted to do that for Claire, but in any case, I don't know why you would step up in the first place if that was it.
Right.
And again, not having anything, any defensive relic to sort of get yourself out of that is just kind of a weird positioning for that type of level order.
Mhm. And Dawsey
And
getting poked out. Looks
he
that
does
might
get the
he might
stun.
go down to that heart. Nope, not quite.
Yeah, not
Able to
quite
get
enough
out with that
damage,
zinc
and
tree.
Jingwei did have the body blocks in case there were follow-up autos with that. And he does still have the shell, so he should be fine.
Surprised he's. Oh no, he's not holding on to Hog.
Yeah, just waiting for it to get beneath that 250, well, get to that 250 health threshold to kill it instantly. Just in case there is someone trying to throw an ability over the wall. We do see some solo aggression here over on tier. Does not have a lot of mana though, so I don't see too much coming out of this. But that King Arthur should be wary still, just in case.
Right. With that Death's Toll, he's got a deceptively large mana pool.
And we do see the Daji come right over there. Could be a kill here in a second.
Not quite.
Yeah, decides to forego it. We do see a Baba Yaga dive in tier 1 here on her
Wow.
own. Trying to get that kill onto the Discordia, but not quite enough damage. Maybe missed a couple of the ults there, or just not enough to take damage from the aftermath, but a valiant effort, I do respect it.
Right. Surprised he's able to get away with just walking under in between the tier 1 and tier 2 there.
Hmm. Yeah, as much as I would have liked the Baba to be punished there, the Relics didn't have too much mana themselves either, so the most I was going to be able to do is just stare at them and
Right.
auto. We do see some aggression here on Xing Chen. He has to be very careful that he doesn't get CC'd to death here.
Oh, but they've hit the level 5 spike. They could look to burn Cupid beads here.
Yeah, it could be scary. Xing Chen may have enough mana. In fact, he should have enough mana over in his duo side. Yep, that's
Nope,
the
he got the pull.
Yeah, Gab might be in a bit of trouble here. I think the Jingwei ult just missed. The shower comes out from
Oh,
Gab.
well,
He's getting really low, but the Dodgy comes in and
come
his
over.
Dodgy ult could pick
And
up onto the Gab, and I believe that would Cupid beads as well.
yes.
So they may come over here and look to pressure again over in the duo side, maybe flipping Euphemism's game plan on its head.
Mm-hmm. Tiramata is not picking up the teleport this game, instead opting to have beads for the extra safety into the Awilix. Going to be tough for him to really find good opportunities to back.
Yeah, though I do think shortly he'll back and we'll get a pretty good spike in his build. He should be fine against this King Arthur, since the King Arthur did just use the TP to get back to full health and almost finish this Sovereign, but I think that will force the King Arthur to back at an awful time.
Right. Not picking
So
up Salve on your first back as King Arthur feels rough.
yeah, I think we will see Tyr go the Glad Shield here. Oh, picks
Oh,
up a full
cool.
Sov himself. That's actually much better for him.
Yeah. Huge.
The Freeman grouping over here from
That
Euphemism.
was
Get
a
some, yeah,
huge.
good strife. This Baba may be in a lot of trouble.
That was absolutely massive strife. Good give ult. And
They did commit all three ults just to kill that Baba. She did, however, use the beads and the ult in return, but I'm not too. I don't mind that all too much. Euphemism did get the pick that they wanted, and maybe they can put some pressure over on this mid lane here.
right, would have liked to see them look to confirm
Invade.
oracles
Oh
or
yeah, yeah.
get something other than their own farm. Any sort of neutral farm or invades or anything off of that is much more valuable than just getting it and walking away.
Yeah, although a kill is sort of beneficial, getting farm from either neutrals or their side of the map is always going to be a lot more than just a single kill. Um, this Baba still being 2 levels ahead, for instance, from this Discordia is gonna still hurt.
A whole 52 stacks ahead on Warlock.
Yeah, that's just Baba though, isn't it? She gets them a lot
Yeah,
more easier.
fight going on solo side right now.
Yeah, the Daiji ultimate is used, does pull back the Awilix. She might be in a lot of trouble here as she does go down.
Yep,
King Alpha trying to look for some damage, but these are two full health characters here. I don't think they're
right.
gonna go down anytime
Mm,
soon.
no glad shield yet for the King Arthur. Just kind of walk away from him.
And like that, the reason the Awilix dies there is because she did go that blink.
Right.
I'm still disappointed she chose to go the blink. I think going the bees would have been so much more smarter. And we do see some Baba ult usage out in mid. Not too much out of it though.
And the pressing forward to press 4.
Yeah. King Arthur may be able to do some damage here, but I think Tyr is absolutely fine. They're not going to be
Right.
swinging at each other just yet, both having go on solve. So do see the Yoenix coming over, just to gank. Does have that blink still available, but she's not quite close enough to fire it.
Tashi making the rotation over here as well. Might be a little skirmish. Oh,
Yeah, they do find each other in the jungle.
it's good damage
Yoenix
coming
getting
out
the
from the
kill
Awilix,
split. Mm-hmm.
but I don't see ever catching Mystic there. And,
Yeah, I think Mystic is absolutely fine, just retreating back to his
right.
team. They're able to peel him away.
Awilix in a really bad spot right now. You're low on health though.
She could go down here, but
Oh,
uses the jump to get
good
out. She'll be
strife from the
fine.
Discordia.
Yeah, very good peel from the side of Euphemism. World Running still does come out. They do want to look
Right.
for this.
Omar having no mana right now. Gonna get Daji pulled here.
Yeah, it does go
Able
down,
to confirm the
unfortunately.
kill.
With the fight moving over into the solar lane, we do see Awena's
Another
pretty
Baba
damn
ult.
low, but she does manage to retreat. And looks like the fight will end right here. There's not too
Just
much
kind of
aggression going to
dissipate.
Wangre. Just going back to farming.
Surprised not seeing a blue buff invade or doing their greater Scorpio.
Yeah, maybe Euphemism or GBD not being too healthy enough or confident enough to transition into like stealing or getting some stuff there.
Hmm.
We do see JBD picking up the Scorpion right now with the Ching Chen and the Baba. Should be getting that any second now. There we go.
Cabane not having his ult or beads forced yet by the Cupid is something to kind of look at and wonder why is the Cupid not forcing Cabane to press buttons.
Yes, I think this Jingwei's been a lot more aggressive than this Cupid has been. We haven't seen an all too much over there on that side. Um, but this Jingwei really doesn't give a fuck about the matchup right now.
No, it's just coasting through the laning phase relatively easily, honestly.
Yeah, about half a level up on the Cupid is absolutely sitting fine. Do you see the Geb forces the beads out, which is could be actually pretty good, and the ult. I would like to see this Oedix come over into the duo lane to try
Didn't
and.
actually get beat there.
Oh, oh, just turned around and
Just ult.
ulted. Yep, I'm stupid.
But that should be good for Cupid. Cupid can look for to burn the beads and then have a Wheelix come over almost immediately after. And Cupid is very good at burning resources from an ADC.
Yeah, and I would like to see Euphemism play around that a lot more. This Oelix though, we have seen a lot of this Oelix just hanging around in the right side jungle over by JBD's side. I am a bit concerned it's probably too much onto that side with the focus.
But still not falling behind,
Yeah,
even right
still
now.
doing just fine. Despite the kill advantage from the Daji. We may be looking at Euphemism wanting to look at this Gold Fury soon, but JVD over here just to say we know in case they do.
Mhm.
I would like to see the net worth currently, or like graphs, to see how they're getting on. I know it's even in gold, about just 1.3k in gold difference, and
Nothing to
almost 2k in XP. That's probably mainly to do with um I want to say solo and ADC currently.
right.
I don't know, everyone's almost even, just a bit from the supports. We do see a purple buff invade from Euphemism here.
A successful one.
Yeah, it is what I wanted to see,
Um,
but maybe a bit earlier.
Actually, I think JVD might have confirmed that purple.
Can we get a view on the purple real quick? Yeah, no, Euphemism
No,
got it, yeah. I will hurt Jingwei a little bit, but I still think she's fine.
yeah, she's just there to get to late game. And as long as she's not having stuff burned on cooldown, she's kinda a good kick.
Yeah, good
But
kick her
Omar
living
with this Glad Shield is now just very difficult to deal with.
yeah,
Very tanky with Soft Glad Shield can sit here and tank this tower for a while. Lupo, oh my lord, the burst from the Daji there misses all three of the Daji pulls, but Lupo still drops nonetheless. A
because we
lot of
do see
action going
someone
on right now.
crashing
The
over here
Cupid
in middle.
rotation.
Baba might be in a bit of trouble, but I think with the ult and her relics
I
still
think
being up, she should be absolutely fine.
yep, it was a bit premature to use Cupid ult while the Baba was still ulting.
Yes. Maybe could have been a bit more
Held it
patient
just
with
a
that.
little bit longer.
Would have probably forced a beat still, but I think even then that's something you want to look for.
Hmm.
Do you see a bit forward pushing from JBD here? Barrow's a bit pushed up. They might be looking at this tier 1 tower or the Discordia. Does get her ult, however, for the Jing channel.
A lot of aggression coming from Dazi right here.
Yeah, just trying to force something out so that JBD can get a pick before Euphemism can utilize this Helix or the Gab to force something. Rosie should be absolutely fine here.
Right.
Oh, does get a
Oh,
Helix board though. Forces out the shell
Shell,
and he
and
does go down.
he falls here. Here, Romatize looking for the rotation. This Discordia, the Gib Shield came out really early, not being able to use it for any sort of CC now. Good self peel from your mom there. It's
The Scotia does eventually fall down though, unfortunately, with the Barbara. Phoenix picking up 3 kills here is doing quite well for herself, but may fall down
right.
to traumatized here just in this moment, but it's some decent peel.
A lot of peel coming out right now. Romatize might fall here, should fall here, and
Yeah,
should lead to
unfortunately,
a pyro.
not enough peel for himself.
Nope.
The Cupid ult does come down and does slow him down quite a bit, and Euphemism will pick up the Pyromancer.
Mhm. These rotations coming from Birthday here have been really well timed. The first one didn't get as much value out of it, but that second rotation turned the entire fight.
Yeah, I do agree. I would like to see they utilize this ADC, although he's not quite in the lead, he is even, all things considered. With that Pyro
Mhm.
now being done, we do see Euphemism sort of shying ahead, but as it stands right now, the game is pretty even, as we do see
Right.
Arena's come over here for a gank. Does
That's
use that
ult
ult
already
on the...
back up. Forces Kevin. Oh,
Jingwei is low, but
he.
unfortunately, Arenix already used the jump to start that fight, so didn't have it to continue the chase.
Mhm.
We may see a Godfrey just here in a moment from JBD if they feel comfortable enough to start a fight. As it looks right now, they are just farming. Don't want to do anything too zealous.
Right. Both mid laners not having beads for about another minute. Both teams likely to just look to play safe until both of those are up.
Yeah, we do see a Staff of Mirrodin from the Discordia as her second item. Is quite an expensive build here.
Right.
Compared to the Baba Yaga, who went this Warlocks into the Karen's coin, is a bit cheaper.
Right.
And I do believe we will be seeing both of those mid laners go into a Soul Reaver now, so quite a good power spike coming up soon for both of them.
Right. Some aggression onto Cookie here. Gets the
Yeah,
knock up into the Awilix pull.
Chun
But
does get a weird explode, but just responds with a whirlwind steal himself, does get Arthur ulted, uses his own beads to just try and sort of peel himself out. The Baba here getting annoyed by this Omar as he is just diving the backline with no peel from JBD. Isn't able to
huge,
chase anymore though.
huge
Daji
dodge
does
pull.
bring out a ult, and
But with no follow
despite
up there.
yeah, this fight seems to be going into the way of Euphemism as Barbarot does come through. We have health bars low on the side of JBD as Traumatize does go down. The Geb is on the backline onto the Baba.
Cookie living for as long as he did there was absolutely criminal.
Yeah, JBD did well in the fight early on, but I think was just a bit too separated. Wasn't able to play together as a fireball too much, I think.
Right.
Maybe some communication error there or something, but
King Arthur doing a
Euphemism,
really good job of just zoning Baba out of the fight entirely.
absolutely, and that it was quite a commending fight from Euphemism that should put them in the lead for quite a decent amount with this tier 1 tower in solo going down.
And Gold Fury, probably looking to be the next objective on the map that should go down. 19 minutes in, it's not been pulled once yet by either team. Both teams just kind of happy to farm with a few skirmishes here and there.
Yeah, the thing about God Fury is though, if they do decide to try and bait it or to try and go for it, it could easily swing a game to either side. So maybe both teams just being careful, playing it safe, not wanting to get rid of this first game out of their favor too yet.
Right.
But we do see a Wenig coming over to this Jingwei. Seemingly
Oh,
no one has seen
nobody
her.
sees it.
Yeah, she has just walked
Just,
around. Okay.
just kind of walked right through everybody.
Yep,
Right
they
through
have
and around.
just they've passed on. They've just walked past each other on the street, and they didn't care at all. So we do have a defensive warding from JBD here over in that little Y section,
Right.
but Euphemism does have the more ward control over here. We just does go
Euphemism
in
has
though.
a much better fight right now. They have 3 levels up in solo. Daji pull. It beats from Lupo. Lupo falls to Cabane.
Yeah, unfortunately, Weelix just went in there and sort of died. You've JBD doing a really good fight here. Warren and still does come out from the Jing Chan, but King
Going to
Arthur
be
is doing
very
good
hard
at
to kill
spacing
Omar
out.
right now.
Oh, he does almost get a Jing Wei here, and he
He
does finish
does.
her off. King
And
Arthur doing so
Cookie
much for this
walking
fight,
in.
but he is falling low to the Baba Yaga.
Cookie rolling in there was honestly super troll.
Yeah, I think he could have stayed out back a little bit, but I do understand the effort of trying to safely win this fight. As we do see Traumatized just go in here and try and get this Cupid. As the Cupid
Right?
does fall down, and now the Discordia is in some pressure. She does,
Omar
however, have both
TPing back into
unextinguished.
the backline here.
Yeah, he might just be looking to try and steal this Gold Fury away from JBD, but as it stands right now, I don't think JBD want to look for this Gold Fury. He is spited on the ward.
They're just gonna deal with the mid trebuchet.
Honestly, that fight was looking very well for Euphemism there. It was kind of a bit scary at first with Lupo going in there and falling to the Jingwei, but they did pick up some kills themselves, and but then like in response, JBD also found some really good kills.
Right? These fights are looking really even right now.
Can't wait to see how the Fire Giant fights go on later on, because as it stands right now, I think this is very reflective on how both teams like to take the team fights. We'll probably see Lupo be super aggressive and just try and pick someone out straight away.
Ooh,
And as you do see some aggression here onto Baba Yaga forcing out her ultimate.
oh, missing the Discordia ultimate there feels bad.
Yeah, unfortunately, does
But
miss the
Omar
Discordia
is
ult.
very difficult to deal with right now. He's going
As,
to be super, super tanky.
as we do see a ring, I don't even know what the it's called, keep it all come out just to force out
Field of
the
Love?
Jingwei. Fields of Love, yes. Thank you.
Something like that, maybe. I don't know.
Does force out the Jingwei ult. She does go over to Oracles to secure them, just in case Euphemism want to look at the sculpture. I'm just seeing Cupid farm
It
up.
is Fields of Love. Look at me.
Yeah, thank you. Mid tower does go down. We'll get rid of some safety here for the JBD. Might be a bit scary for them coming into this upcoming Gold Fury fight. We do see a lot of members reaching level 20. We'll be finishing up their starters. Quite a few power spikes coming out here. As JBD do look like they want to start this Gold Fury right now, as some of Euphemism is backing. As the
Big
Trajan
burst
gets,
coming from Mystic here.
and this Cupid
Absolutely
should fall.
massive burst.
Oh, but
Oh,
the peel from the Discordia is just enough to save the Cupid.
right. Gold Fury falls
Traumatized.
to JVD.
As we do see the first kill of the fight go to
Huge
Daji.
cataclysm.
Big Cataclysm from the Gab is Omar doing quite a lot just to be a nuisance in this fight. JBD on the retreat. Gab rolling out in to try and get a knock up onto 3 members is only going to find the Jing Chen, and he should be fine just to get out. Strife just off the mark.
JVD picking up Gold Fury and Lupo as well, which is a good shutdown for them. He had been ahead by 2 levels for quite some time now. Giving Mystics the time to farm up here is huge.
Yeah, as we do see the Daji tick over to level 20. Euphemism is ahead just a tiny bit as they do look for this Pyromancer, as JBD is ahead overall in XP, so we do have more level 20s over on the side of JBD.
Right.
Euphemism do
Euphemism
secure the
picking up.
Pyromancer. And the Daji does get quite low. Not Daji, Baba. Quite an even game. Soon we shall see both teams group up around the Fire Giant.
I do believe this first Fire Giant will really decide the game.
Oh, absolutely. Depending on how the dance around fire goes, we might even see the first Fire Giant be EFG, which
Right.
will absolutely decide the game if all 5 members die.
Hmm. a little bit of a gold lead for Euphemism, but Euphemism also still has the all tier ones up. So once those are able to fall down, it's really gonna just come back into dead even.
Yeah, I do think JBD will pull a lead with these towers going down in just sometime soon, but I think overall we'll see a fire giant fight before then.
Right.
As we do see this Jingwei rotate over into the mid lane, trying to look at to get this mid tower. She might get caught out here from the King Arthur.
Ooh.
Does get blinked on by Winix, takes a huge amount of poke, and is forced to ult away. I don't think JBD want to look for a fight here,
Ooh.
as Mystic does
Mystic.
go in.
Mystic taking a lot of return damage for this.
Yes, does get the beads onto the Awenix, which is pretty decent as the fight does spiral out into the middle lane with Jing Chen
Ooh,
or keep it up coming
oh,
through.
the Discordia ult spreading to 3 members of JBD. Surprised to see nobody falling yet. And,
Barometer is trying to salvage this with
oh,
a Winds of Shamash. Does manage to get the kill with the Baba Yaga. Awenix does get out on literally less than 50 HP. The fight's sort of dying off now, just a kill in both favors. JBD losing their solo laner and Euphemism, sadly, you losing their support. Both tier 1s over in left and right are pretty low. And we did get and JBD did get the mid tier 1 just a moment ago, so they should be coming out ahead of gold in just a moment, only by about 500 or so. It's not too much.
no, this game is pretty much just dead even.
Yeah, I'd agree. It's pretty even. JBD have been keeping on top of their farm, which is why we do see them with a 2k lead in XP. But as everyone's reaching level 20, it's not too much of a big deal. I think the only difference would be the supports.
Right,
Yeah, as we do see, Gab is level 15 and Jingchen is 18, having finished his Sentinel's Blessing
right.
or Embrace.
Embrace. Uh-huh. Sentinel's Blessing's a starter.
Oh
Could
yeah,
be.
it is, I think.
The other one is Sentinel's Boon.
Mm-hmm. We
Oh,
do see this Baba go the Divine. I'm not too overly sold on this Divine pickup here. I really don't think she needs it too much,
I
but it's
think it is
okay.
quite good. The Cupid sustain is kind of slept on. If he's dropping heart bombs in fights on cooldown,
Yeah, and I suppose it's even better considering the rest of your team hasn't really gone anti-heal, so
right?
I retract my statement. Baba's fine going Divine here. We do see Upshot over on the side of Discordia, though. We'll be pumping damage into those tanks just a tad bit more, so the Xing Chen and Tauromatized will have to be a bit careful about their spacing.
Right.
Baba is...
A lot of poke coming out onto the Awilix here.
Yeah, Renix will have to be careful. Um,
Gonna
as we
sustain that
do...
up with the Sov passive and the Protector of Jungle.
Yeah, so we do see ward control mainly in Euphemism's side over on this Fire Giant. JBD might have to be a bit careful about where they walk in this jungle. But everyone just sort of backing off, maybe going back to get some more wards to try and release some of this ward pressure. We did see just a moment ago that left tower did go down on the side of Euphemism.
All tier 1s going down.
Oh yeah, and the right tail one. So all tail ones are down.
All objectives
Only
are up on the map right now.
yes, if the fight does go too badly here for either side of team, I would like to see them in response go for that Primal Fury. Should help them out with the extra damage on objectives for next time. But we are 30 minutes in. It's getting scarier and scarier, and I believe we may just see that Fire Giant B, EFG. It does seem like they're fighting over in fire.
But the longer that this takes, the more it favors Euphemism. That trebuchet pushing up left.
We do
Mystic
just see the
engaging the fight.
Discordia Rotten feels love come through. Just Daji does try and grab some members with her Powwow, but won't really find anyone. She's getting pretty low to the Oenix here. Both junglers falling low. Daji does
Oh,
get the final kill with the help of Traumatized. Traumatized trying to pick up the kill on the Cupid, but the Cupid does have to sustain and is able to live the fight. Daji is... Oh, Geb does get pulled by the Jing Chen and ultimately falls. I don't think he's picked up beads, which is quite unfortunate. Yeah, sadly has gone the blink and the shower. Won't be able to live the Jing Chen ults. As we do see this trebuchet pushing down left lane, might be an option for Euphemism to just go for that left Phoenix.
Omar TPing back in here. It'd be
Yeah,
really scary for Cabane.
he is very scary to JBD's backline right now. He does a good job at just forcing them on off the FG, though Baba is looking for more damage here. I don't think she should be
Discordia's
pushed up.
staying here.
Yeah, Discordia a bit low. I think with some of her teammates respawning, she should be able to back now.
Right?
It,
Nobody defending that trebuchet is quite unfortunate.
yeah, it's not too much of a big deal. It is a tier 2, but it does open up that left Phoenix and to be vulnerable. We do see a trebuchet over on JBD's side that's not being used just yet. I would like to see JBD push that trebuchet to sort of give them some more pressure over on the side of this FG.
Right?
Baba
Feels
just
like
getting
both
the Magi's
teams just
there.
indecisive to pull the trigger on anything right now. Seems like it's just little skirmishes that kind of don't go either way decisively.
Yeah, we do see Gab get poked out quite a bit. He may just have to back in a moment, but that could be scary since
They
JBD are in a
seeing
position
the
to...
Discordia on the minimap in mid.
Awareness does get the
Huge
pull and
Oelix.
does finish off the two members from JBD. Jing Chen picking up the Awarenix there just to stop her Tyrant, but Jing Chen getting pretty low. Euphemism blinking in. Omar just on a rampage. Baba does pick up the Geb as he was a bit too low. Baba might fall down here though, but is pretty healthy. Daji
Mystic
picking up a
trading
kill.
that out.
He's doing a
I'd
good job
actually
here
look to
just
get
to keep
Omar
the
too.
fight
He's able to
engaged
get Omar.
inside.
That blood forge, the blood,
Big
blood
Bloodford
forge.
passive there does keep him alive. He will try and go in. The shell is popped and the Cupid does fall. That was very well done by JBD to just sort of kite Euphemism
Right?
through that jungle. They will back here just to get their health bars back up and reset for that fire giant that they could possibly get. It will be a bit slow since they really don't have their ADC, but ADC is coming up in 5 seconds and should be able to join them not too shortly.
It is a Jigway. Able to just.
Control space. You're welcome.
Wow.
And we do see JBD just start this.
Bava gonna just tank it.
Yeah, will tank it, is gonna drop it over to the Daji. Daji doing less damage to the fire giant now, but with all 4 members here, it should be fine. I'm a bit confused about the ult, but I guess it is just to try and check.
Euphemism actually
Oh
get the
my!
steal.
Euphemism get the steal. I can't believe it. They will fall. Baba gets the double kill, but that is just taking a lot out of JBD's drive after
Right.
winning that last fight, killing all 5 members. Very well played by Lupo just to steal that fire giant away.
Wow. Honestly, that was an insane steal. Unfortunately, only Discordia getting the fire giant.
Yeah, it is a bit unfortunate, but I think taking it away from all members of JBD is
Yes, that is
very worth it,
massive.
and they should be able to have a better time just defending these Phoenixes from JBD.
Not that JVD looks like they care right now, just going to shove it down anyway.
Yeah, they do have a big wave here over in right.
No
Discordia
Geb,
should be
no
able to kill it.
Oelix.
But Omar is a very strong
Yeah,
frontliner.
Omar is an absolute menace.
As he does get pulled in here, Fields of Love does come out just to try and peel the thing. Jing Chen does get quite low, but Cupid there able to pick up the Jing Wei, not using her ult, maybe not recognizing the damage that she was taking, but Euphemism will gladly defend that Phoenix there as they are retreating, or as JBD is retreating.
Right? It's
It
just
does look like we'll see Euphemism push down his right side, get that tier 2 tower to sort of expose that right Phoenix. I don't see JBD defending this all too much, although they very well could. You see there's a Weelix hanging around the back here. I'm not sure she's been spotted yet. Maybe Tier's seen them, but from the looks of it, not just yet. Being very patient on that Weelix not to show herself. As the fight does break out underneath this tower. Tower does fall down, a Weelix sprints over the wall. Thermaltai is in a lot of danger here. So is the Baba. Baba forced to ult. The Squaddy Rock does come through, but she does get pulled by the Xing Chen and is able to kill off the Baba. Euphemism just healing up here, trying to retreat away from JBD, but JBD pushing the offensive. What feels Love does come out again. Jingwei able to get the kill. Daji doing quite a lot here with that. And JBD just able to win that fight. Maybe overextended from the side of Euphemism after they used quite a lot on that tower.
right. Uh, I would have liked to see maybe Cobain go into a Silver Branch instead of the Kin. His build's severely lacking in pen outside of like Wind Demon passive, which is really just enabling Omar to just tank for so long.
Yeah, maybe even just going an Executioner instead of the Kin size.
Right.
But yeah, I agree. He does not have a lot of pen. He's mainly just
Oh,
gonna be hitting these.
that was
Oh,
quite a bit overly aggressive. It works out for him as the Wheelix does fall, but with Euphemism on the respawn in 5.
yeah. Unfortunately, not able to defend that right. Phoenix does try his best just to get some kills in return, but unfortunately will die. Does dissuade them from going after the Titan though, which honestly they probably wouldn't have gone for.
Right.
JBD playing really safe here. I do quite like it.
Mhm. But then now, 8k gold lead. Gonna be looking closer and closer to just completed builds all the way around. Both
Yeah,
team likely to have completed builds by now.
yeah, I think the only difference for builds we'll see is maybe relics not being fully upgraded. Although from the looks of it, we do see quite a lot of upgraded relics from everyone here. I think it's only the Geb that doesn't have upgraded relics
Which,
completely.
in my opinion, that is quite criminal. Not upgrading that shell all the way as of yet.
Yes, he just needs one more upgrade to both his Blink and his Shell. Can we see Golden Hand, please? Press the two. Yeah. Oh, Geb does have quite a lot of
Fair enough.
golden. Oh, no, that was a different stat. Geb having no gold in hand, unfortunately will not be able to upgrade those relics in quite some time as the Fire Giant does respawn here. Euphemism does have the pressure over here in by the Fire Giant. As JBD are grouping again just to get some wards out here. JBD now getting that pressure over on the
Ozzy
side.
just kind of walking forward. He's gonna take a large amount of poke for that.
Yeah, he may even
Brings
fall.
the Cupid stun to no XD. Oh my.
He miraculously does not die there. After popping that Magi's, we'll have to back here though. Daji going in just to try and force out some relics here. unfortunately, I think only grabs the Awelix. Oh no, it doesn't even grab anyone, unfortunately. Barbarelle doing quite a lot of damage here. Traumatize going in, does get pulled by the Awelix, is alone against
Fully
5.
collapsed on. So is
Is
Armor.
is surviving quite a lot, does fall down to the Cupid. Jingwei picking up 2 though. It
Oh,
may
your
look
mom
like
is in
this
a
fight is in the
bad
side
spot
of
right now.
JBD as Traumatize just basically sacrificed himself for the win.
Honestly, yeah, they got a fire wave in the Titan room, just a Wheelix to look at. They could look to end.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
much full health bars outside of Dazzy.
well played by Jingwei there, just picking up 4 kills, getting that quadra kill. But honestly, overall, well played by the whole team. I don't think Lupo's going to be able to do too much to stop this.
Oh,
He is
that
taking
damage
a
coming
big
through.
damage to the Daji and Willful, as JBD are just going to end this game.
A good 41 minutes of half engagement. It just uh really, really close. I think Euphemism shouldn't feel butthurt about that at all. It was
No,
a
they played very equal to JBD's pressure and like sort of team fight. At some points they actually were bringing a lead for themselves. But I think maybe just a few misplays um cost them the game there. But very well played nonetheless.
right.
I think personally I would give um little stamps of approval to both solo laners that game. They played pretty well for
Right,
just being a good zone.
right. I do think that maybe look to get your mom's choice on something other than the Discordia. Didn't had a couple really good strifes in the early to mid game, and
Hmm.
then wasn't able to find that same success moving into the later stages of the game.
Yeah, I think as it came around Fire Giant fights, we did see the Discordia just sort of fall off. Probably was focusing more over staying alive than actually poking and dealing damage. I think if she was going to poke, she would have been in a bad spot to take artillery fire from either this Baba, expose herself to the Daji, or even the Traumatized there on the Gilgamesh. So I
Right,
think she wasn't in a safe space anywhere. But yeah, JBD definitely had the better team fight comp, and as we saw, they played team fights pretty well.
right. Just kind of going in one at a time with the engages, burning resources, and then letting someone else go in after you. Like that's exactly what happened in the last fight. Dazzy kind of walked in, got a couple resources, Mystic, then blinked in afterwards. The JVD one. But Mystic
Yeah,
blinking in, burning more resources, and then Tyromatoes going in kind of in a suicide fashion, getting all of the resources of 4 people.
yeah, played very much like a sacrificial lamb that game, but it worked, and he did a pretty good job just surviving as his team took out members of Euphemism. Um, there's not really much else to say about that game, so we shall go to break, and we'll catch you in game 2.
Ooh, alright, welcome back to game 2 of JBD versus Euphemism. It'll be just me for a little bit, as Rosie has gone to do some things real quick. Moving into the picks and Bs here. We got the standard JBD bans of 3 junglers, and then the same bans as game 1. Banning Daji instead of Khepri here. Um, I honestly, I like that choice. Does give, because we know Nathan's gonna pick Baba. That's It's just how he plays. If Baba's up, he's picking it, which leaves the Khepri open for a Euphemism here. Honestly, really smart, um, switching the Khepri ban to the Daji ban, making JBD give you either Khepri or Baba.
Yeah, though we do see Capri as quite a good pick. I do like this Baba prioritization on the side of JBD. Noob XD does play a really mean Baba. It is also just one of those really safe picks.
Right?
As we do see the Capri and the Cupid response from the side of Euphemism again.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly wasn't a big fan of the Cupid. In some team fights, it did really well. But I think given JBD's comp, it wasn't allowed to do as much as it would have liked.
Right?
So I would like to see some more prioritization of getting those relics and forcing JBD into bad spots.
Right?
What do we think these second and third picks from JBD will be?
Likely to be a support, likely either a Xingtian or maybe a Geb. Um, and then you could see Mystic pick up his jungle here, but it's unlikely he wants to pick his jungle here. Um,
Yeah, not a whole lot up in the options of information. Maybe Mystic is much more favorable into picking his gods when he has more information about the
right?
enemy team. We do see that Jing Chen and that
Freya, right?
ADC pick for the Freya.
I like the Freya into Cupid. I think it's still able to play aggressive onto it, and you just ult the Cupid ult, but it is susceptible to jungle ganks. So honestly, picking up a Thor or Euphemism could go really well. Has a really easy time finding Freya and being able to do things.
Yeah, he was really safe on the Jingwei. He may not be just as safe on the Freya, but given how Dorsey is back on the Xing Chan, he will peel and initiate fights just as well as they did last game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and of course, Nathan on the Baba is very good. I'm concerned about what Euphemism will pick here. Maybe they do look for
Running
the
back to
King
King Arthur.
Arthur. It did play really well in last game. I would like to see him back on this King Arthur, though. Um, I, as you were saying before we went on break, we do want to see something other than Discordia from the side of Euphemism. Maybe something um safe, but still really good at poking. So maybe like a Morgan Le Fay, or maybe even the Tiamat. I don't see a lot of Tiamat.
Right? Um, there's a lot of good mid laners right here. Um, you could look at tough. It is actually quite tough to find something here. If you kind of taken away the option of JVD getting anything that burns B well, other than Xingqian.
hmm
So a Merlin could go really well, which gives you the turn and burn potential to drop a Cupid ult and then burn a solo laner, while also still maintaining that ranged poke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
though Traumatize does have quite a lot of solo lane picks that he could be safe in. We do see the Morgan Le Fay hover, which I'm quite excited about, and it does get
Mm-hmm.
locked in. Yeah, this Morgan Le Fay offers so much versatility in the way that they can play. If they're very good at using their passive, we'll see a lot of ultimates come out in say 2-3 minutes,
Right.
oh, or like 1 or 2 minutes rather. Um, it is quite hard to do. You do need to get every single alignment of the sigils to be able to reset the or take 10 seconds off the ultimate. But these Morgan Le Fays, they can be quite some trouble. And we do see a Kakulan hover for traumatized here, although it could be for Mystic, though he's not the one hovering it, so I do think it'll be going to solo.
I do think that the Kakulin would be a huge pickup here. They are like lacking in large team fight abilities.
The force stuff, yes, I agree. And on the side of Euphemism, you don't see a lot of um, CC immunities. Cullen will be able to do a lot in a team fight.
Uh,
But
I
then
would
again, Euphemism
love to
does have
see
quite a lot of
Mystic pick
lockdown.
up a Kabrakan. Instead of the Nozzle. I think Kabrakan would be a massive jungle pick, but you would be forcing like a lot of magic damage, which is
And
unfortunate.
it would lock down a lot of these picks on the side of Euphemism, but does, however, go for the Nisha, probably just focusing to burn more of those beads.
Right.
As we do see a Tsukiyomi hover for this Lupo.
I don't know how I feel about the Tsukiyomi. I've seen it both do really well, and I've also seen it not do well at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think as as the game goes on, Tsukiyomi may fall off, but he's he should be fine early game, just putting out this pressure onto the Nejars and the Collins. He is quite scary for those two picks if he can get a lead. But other than that, I think it's okay, all things considered. He might struggle into Xing Chen and Freya, but I still think it's fine if he has his team to back him up.
Right. And Omar is quite well uh, moving it into the enemy backline. He's done really well at it in game one.
hmm
And so I'd like to see them play as more of a unit this game. They kind of were playing as two individuals in JBD's backline instead of just playing as a unit.
Yes, I do agree. I would like to see if Euphemism tries to change up their tactic this game. They was really toe to toe with JBD in these team fights, so I'm not too I wouldn't be too disappointed if we do see them go back to the same sort of playstyle. Um, but I think some change is required here, and hopefully this Morgan Le Fay over the Discordia does more.
I think it's very likely to do more.
Can't I can't hear you. You're mumbling. Yeah, yeah. Right, as we are just waiting to get into game here. And hello everybody, this will be game 2 of Euphemism versus JBD. We did see JBD pick up that first point over Euphemism, but overall quite an even game from both teams. Um, We do see a change up in some of the picks from Euphemism, so hopefully they can pick up a point here in this best of three set.
Right.
And we do see both teams going that red start to speed, and nothing too different on the side. Well, nothing too different in terms of meta.
Um, Cabane could be looked at early if they realize he only has 2 multi-pots for sustain.
hmm I'm very confused why he's gotten this ward. Maybe just um a misclick and he moved out of the fountain and wasn't able to sell it or something. Um, Other than that, he might just be looking to play a lot more safer earlier on since Freya is kind of slow getting online. And with Euphemism having this Capri instead of the Geb, their early game pressure will be, or should be better at clearing these waves, but judging from the looks of it, JBD has already started on actually killing the wave before
Right.
Euphemism, so they will get this pressure. And now looking at the, oh, nice heart
Oh,
bomb.
huge heart bomb.
It does save Capri a lot of poke there,
Hmm.
as we do see JBD pick up these oracles. And I think no, nothing too going on just yet. Another, um, I forget what it's called, a whip.
Banish.
Banish, yeah. Another banish onto the Capri, but not too much, in the way of actually killing the crab this early on.
Right. Just looking to be annoying.
Pretty standard builds from both teams so far. Nothing Nothing too different. I am kind of surprised JBD is getting so much pressure as they are in this lane, but maybe Euphemism aren't willing to go headstrong into this Freya.
Right.
Maybe
Um,
being a bit too scared.
I think from what I've seen, Dalsy is doing a really good job of just hitting somebody and separating the wave. Um, so that Cupid can't heart bomb it very good. Like the first wave, I think his heart bomb only got 1 minion.
Yeah, as we see just then, he's only hitting 3 minions there. So Dorsey doing a very good job at separating that wave, like you said. And Tear
You're
is
going
about
to
to transform here.
yep. Elmar could be dead here. He is. Wow. Solo kill coming out from Traumatized on this guy. Cullen could spell quite a bit of danger on this side of the map.
Yeah, and we do see a little flip on the relics here. Omar did not go that TP this time, so he will be worse off for that first kill. And Traumatized has gone the teleport, not fearing any of the CC from Euphemism so far. I'm disappointed we're not seeing a blue buff invade after that solo kill. Um, but again, maybe just looking to play it safe from both teams. What would you like to see from Euphemism this game?
I would like to see mid rotations. You
More mid
have
rotations, yeah.
a
Nope.
lot of CC and lockdown from a Morgan Le Fay, and
Yeah,
you
we'll
need to
force
make
down
sure
quite
you're
a
good
lot.
about
Freya does
it.
get heart bombed here, will get stunned and potentially pulled from this Capri. There
Oh,
we go, she does fall low. That is the bees and the shell used from JPD. Good peel from the support Dorsey.
and not having any more sustain because the 2 multi-pots are
Yep, they have
they're gone.
gone. She will have to back soon here or fear just losing her life. I expect a jungle rotation not too soon, but given how the Tsukuyomi is coming from base, is entering that left side of the jungle, it shouldn't be too long until that Tsukuyomi ganks this Freya. It is keeping pressure over on his solo side. King Arthur not only just coming back, but is already half health again. We'll have to be careful to Cullen as the Tsukuyomi does gank. Unfortunately,
Vanish a little bit off the mark there. The Kepri pull also a little bit off of the mark. That's unfortunate for Euphemism, lucky for Cabane.
Yeah, Dorsey should still fall here, but that Freya not dying is, I'd say, very much worth it. Do you see Baba ulting this Morgan Le Fay in mid?
There's a lot of damage
That's
coming
it.
out, just a low
All
kill
the
in mid.
ultimate, very well played by Noob XD there just to finish off that Morgan Le Fay.
A lot of pressure coming out from this mid solo right now. They really need to look to make something happen on this left side.
Yeah, that'll just shut down this Tsukiyomi, so the Tsukiyomi doesn't have much in the way of pressure. That's what's a lot of the left side is doing right now. He does get his beads forced by the Ninja, will go up into the ult. He will be low when he lands here.
Xing Tian's going to be there.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
Baba not
almost there.
not having the cooldowns will not be able to follow up on the landing only with her free, and that's
Mm,
not quite enough damage.
Not looking to invade the red buff there is they saw Morgan Le Fay didn't have it.
Yeah, there's some misplays here and there, but I think it's just a factor of both teams playing it a bit too safe. JBD are a lot more aggressive this time, but I would like to see more from them. This Cupid
Oh,
is in
look at
danger,
this
has no
damage.
mana, already used his free, and will shift
Oh,
down to the Freya here.
oh, yep. Falls down. Solo kills across the map right now. JBD
And the
pulling
Rice
away.
here
It's
taking
already
the
a
mic for
2k
a
lead.
very few seconds on the stream. I wish she just spam loved, but she didn't. Really sad. Mic out.
Unfortunately, the purple buff isn't quite up for JBD to steal there. We do see Tsukiyomi coming over again into duo to try and relieve some of this pressure over onto the Freya, but she should be absolutely fine having all of her abilities up and the beads available. Tyr is going to walk into the jungle trying to look for some farm, but unfortunately, again, none of it is up as we see a Tsukiyomi gank. But he
Good
does get
vanish.
banished, and with the
Oh,
follow-up ult, this
ulting
could be
in
scary for
quite.
Tsukiyomi.
It could be. Oh, no,
Oh,
he's
but the
got the
Khepri ult
Capriel.
there is just fine. Is stealing some of the farm from the Cupid. Not the best thing you want to do since
Oh,
Cupid did
mid
just get
rotation coming in right now.
I don't think there's much in the way of
The cure's purple. I would have liked
not.
to see more aggression onto Tsukiyomi.
Yes, he did just use his ultimate, doesn't have the bees, and the Khepri had no revive. So I do agree, I think some aggression onto Tsukiyumi should have been possible. But maybe Baba just not being in a position to get close enough there. But she is sort of caught out in mid here. Her free gets forced and she has to go into the ult.
Getting quite a bit of good return damage, but still just playing so far up. Like,
JBD do finish that chalice. They will earn the first trebuchet and some amount of gold. As Traumatized gets ganked here. He
honestly,
should be
he
okay.
is so far ahead right now. I don't think he's scared of this.
He is a bit away from transforming, so he might be in trouble. I would have liked him to walk towards the lane, but maybe just trying to get closer to his mid laner or something. But his mid laner is backing,
His mid
but they will
laner
not
does not
chase.
care about his health.
Yeah, I think maybe he called in the chat that he would have been absolutely fine. As Traumatized is a chat, and we do see another kill from the Freya onto the Cupid. It's looking very scary
Red
for
buff invade.
Euphemism.
Yeah, Euphemism has got to find a play here. They have to find something that they can cling to, so to speak. They need
Yeah,
to look for something.
they need to put this Freya down. They've been putting some pressure over onto the solo and mid, but Tyr is a tank with Sovereign and Baba is quite a safe mid laner. This Freya, however, is not really getting looked at besides like the first 5 minutes of the game, and I would like to see some more attention to her. Do see the Cabriel coming onto the
Mm-hmm.
Tsukiyomi. He does get the revive off, so we'll be safe here. Again, looking at this pressure over on mid lane does force the Xingqian low, and Morgan Le Fay will fall here.
Well, this is just quickly spiraling. and their Euphemism is just playing into what JBD wants to do.
Yeah, JBD this time having a much more aggressive comp. Euphemism maybe not finding an easier time into it. As we do see oracles go down into the way of JBD, Baba Yaga picking those up.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a Gold Fury get pulled within the next 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, I would like them to look at this Morgan Le Fay again. She doesn't have her beads. About 4 levels away from picking up her second relic. Baba literally 3 levels up or 2 levels up now. They should be forcing something here. Cupid is trying to force out this ult from Freya over in left lane, and he does get the ult.
Actually, Euphemism hovering around the Gold Fury here.
Yeah, they did
Nothing up
just
on the map
force.
for them.
They did just force the Freya to back and use her ult. Maybe Tsukiyomi was coming by just to try and kill the Freya if he stuck around too long. But Cabane being quite knowledgeable of the fact that he is 10 HP and will go back to base.
Mhm.
I would like to see the Tsukiyomi come back over to the duo lane to try and kill this Freya, force out beads or something. Because
Right.
as it stands, she still hasn't had too much attention to her besides Cupid trying to force out some ults. As you do see Tear running at the Tsukiyomi.
He's got full glad shield. He's not scared at all here. He can.
Yeah, doesn't have
Oh no,
beads,
with
so will
Morgan Le
not be
Fay
able to
here.
get rid of the Fang. He should die here.
Yep. But
Yeah, good
JBD
CC
picking up the
chain.
Gold Fury right away, seeing that
Yeah,
many people on the solo side.
Euphemism will be a bit late to this, but Cupid is just sat on his purple buff. He should be coming over right now. His team should be telling him that they should be on this gold tree. They are bursting it down. Babarot does come through. Cupid is here, but
Good
maybe a bit too
Sash.
late. Just built different. Do pick up the thing. Najjar takes Morgan Le Fay up into the air, or Kepri rather. And Kepri pull just off the mark. This should just be a full back off.
Right. That's it. That's the price you pay for shutting down the solo laner.
Yeah, it was a decent kill on to aromatize there. He did have a lot of pressure over on that solo side. I'm just a tad bit disappointed at Birthday Twix that either he wasn't told or he didn't know or didn't listen that
They have it
this.
warded right underneath Gold Fury, right
Yeah,
under
they,
Oracles, and everyone walked over it on the way to Gold.
this is very true. He should have seen um well, in any case, even if there was an award, his team should have told him, and in the response to that is to drop your buff and go to it right now. We do see a Xing Channel come out and force the Morgan Le Fay beads over in mid. Didn't quite have her all up yet, so she can respond with that in with her ultimate, but she will be gaining it soon in roughly
Ooh, Armo
20
Omar
seconds.
backing when his blue buff just spawned is unfortunate, but Lupo able to secure it nonetheless.
You see another banish from Freya.
Oh my.
The Aegis
Oh,
does get forced out
he
from
has the
Cupid.
hastened ring now. He can just walk at him.
Yeah, this is where this Freya really needs to be looked at. But we do see a grouping over in mid. This Tsukiyomi may be in trouble and the Morgan Le Fay.
Oh,
Tsukiyomi does pick up on the kill, however,
Naja.
onto the Nejah. Morgan Le Fay just about falls there, is going to go after this Baba Yaga, but she does come out of the ult and free away. Kepri getting some pill as Traumatize rotates in.
Oh boy. The big scary man. Not that scary this game apparently. Just kind
Yeah, not too scary.
of
Maybe forced out. I think from the looks of it, shell, or maybe that was used before. They, however, do not get this mid tower, and They do have that left trebuchet over in left, but they're just looking at this pyromancer. I don't know if they'll be able to secure this one though.
Kinda just confident in their ability to out-secure, but Dawsey getting so low off of just the Pyromancer attacks that
Just built different. Do get it, however, but Dorsey loses his life. Not something you want from your support that is currently 2 levels behind.
right?
This Kepri
Dawsey is
is getting
not
lean.
tanky at all. He went Chronos for a second item.
Yeah, he's not going to be as tanky as this Kepri, though his influence in these team fights I think should be a little bit more, as we do see Tsukiyomi ganking this Kukulin again. He is about to rage, so he might be okay, but I doubt it, with all these slows.
Mystic coming over. That's a good
Wait.
ring bounce.
Oh, he should
Two of
still
them.
fall. Tsukiyomi getting him really low, but
No!
Tier just be able to get his ability rotation off and kill the
Oh,
Tsukiyomi under tower. Neja, however, not being
oh,
able to
just barely
kill.
out of range.
Yeah, Morgan Le Fay may being a bit too premature with the ult there. Maybe just using it for movement speed, but just out of range won't be able to pick up the Neja. As we do see this Freya waiting around on the left side jungle, trying to look for that Cupid. But we'll just back off. I think she was just doing the XP camp. This Cupid does have beads, so he's not in a position to really die here. Just farming up, checking stuff. This Freya likewise doing the same. Not really going to do much. Just did step over a ward. They're looking at these oracles. Good heart bomb
Oh,
onto the
really good
Freya.
damage coming from the Cupid here.
Could even die here,
His
but
beads
she
and
ults
ult.
to avoid the damage. I think if she didn't beads there, she probably would have died.
Right?
With Freya backing here, we may see Euphemism start up this Gold Fury.
It's not quite up. It's got 5 seconds. But they're definitely in a really good spot for it.
Yeah,
GB
it is
backline
spawning
completely
there.
backed. They should be on the objective right now. And Lupo
Sadly,
just
it's
waiting. Just waiting.
it's just so different being aggressive here in the mid lane, forcing out the Morgan Le Fay, and maybe even catches her life here as she will fall down. Gebri keeping her alive for a long time, but quite unfortunately does not use the ult, maybe doesn't have enough mana for it. Tsukiyomi coming in the back here, but doesn't look to use his ultimate.
Lupo kind of just sat in one spot looking at a wall
Yeah,
until someone died in mid.
probably hoping that Freya came back from base earlier. She was in a position to sort of be in trouble if the Tsukiyomi did catch her out. But, again, JBD played aggressive in mid, and he shouldn't have stayed there too long if he recognized that Freya wasn't coming back straight away. Just need to pull onto the Baba Yaga, but she should be just fine. Nothing to interrupt the jump just yet, since Tsukiyomi 2 does come out a bit too late for that. Beads out from the Tsukiyomi, he could die here as the Freya has rotated. The ult does come out from Kepri, but there
Right, but
are
that doesn't matter.
there are responsive ults from JBD that are just killing them. As we do see 2
And now
kills for JBD over in mid lane.
Traumatized on this side of the map, able to completely zone out the backline for this Gold Fury.
Yeah, this Godfrey should safely go into the hands of JBD, but this Cupid may... No, he's getting CC'd to death. He's gonna die here if he steps up. Would you see Morgan Le Fay ult come out? That was very strange. I haven't been too impressed by this Morgan Le Fay.
That was tough.
Yeah.
That was a little hard to watch.
As JBD do get the gold free, and they are getting into a commanding lead here. From the very get-go, JBD have just been in this lead. I don't think Euphemism are in a position to really make any decisions here about this game.
JBD in the driver's seat since a few minutes into the game.
Yeah, 19 minutes in and you're already 7k XP and like 6k gold down. It's a difficult position to be in. We do see a 4-man grouping almost over in the fireside for Euphemism. Just stealing some farm. But JBD could be looking at this Pyromancer as Kukulin does counterward. And Tsukumi might be in a bit of trouble here. Does get
Oh,
ulted by
that
the
damage.
Neja, will probably die before landing. Yep. And now
Oh, that was tough.
is putting some pressure onto the King Arthur. As Morgan Le Fay and Cupid are being forced out from Babu and Neja. The Euphemism have been very split with their positioning. It's looking dire. I think unless like a big play happens, I don't see how they win this. Because you've got level leads almost everywhere, and being able to fight into that is quite difficult when everybody is just by base doing more damage than you.
Right. JBD not quite feeling confident enough to take fire immediately here. Gonna look.
No, just gonna group up and try and get this tier 1 mid tower, I think. Or just waiting
Might
for
just
the
be
Freya
going
to
for it
come
now.
over. Yeah. Do see Fire Giant picked up. Jing Chen is the one tanking it. Kepri's the only one here in response, being zoned out from this Kukulin. I don't think he's gonna have too much of a chance to steal.
They're just Euphemism, just kind of giving it up, telling their carries to go get as much farm as they can elsewhere.
Just built
JBD
different. Do secure the
securing
Fire Giant. Kepri does get pulled.
near mob
Unfortunately, does
falling.
not have the beads. And
Shot
Shinesha just
damage.
pick up the mid, yeah.
He's getting really lucky, it seems, this Deathbringer. Either that or maybe he's just I don't know, it just seems like he's critting with everything. With how much damage he's pumping out right now.
Well, to be fair, when you also on this Ninja, every single hit in the ult is a
Yeah.
crit. Like guaranteed, so his
He's
ult will
near
be doing
100
more
to
damage.
0 before the ult.
Oh yeah, the sash, that's probably him just using his passive really well, having those 20 stacks on his Lotus Flower, and then
Right.
just freeing someone and critting them instantly, doing a lot. We do see Cupid split pushing here, but his right Phoenix does go down. I don't think there's much in the way of Euphemism to do here other than just split push. Just getting this Phoenix. Yeah, they're not even gonna get this Phoenix unfortunately since the Freya has backed. There is a fight breaking out in the right side, just trying to lock down this JBD, but they are on the retreat and I don't think they're able to catch up. As JBD are backing now.
But the split push did get mid tier 2 and duo side tier 2. Got some gold in their pockets, so at least they have some items. The King Arthur finishing a Genji's card.
Yeah, it does just put a tiny dip into that lead on the graph there, but unfortunately, I would rather prefer it if Euphemism played as a 5 currently,
Right.
and just tried and get some picks onto just build different to sort of even